Our family is off on a summer-long adventure, and before we leave, I thought it would be fun to create some summer garments for me and my daughter. I think it's usually best to focus on one project at a time, but since we had a deadline to leave, I wanted to sew as much as I could in a week. Let's see what we can create and have a chat about becoming. I've been talking with my husband about the idea of becoming and who it is I want to become. Truth is, every day, the small habits I choose help me become more or less like this version of myself I desire to be. Not to arrive at any place, but to continue in growth and living out the values important to me. I believe it's helpful to think of it less in the idea of habits and more in the idea of rhythms. So here's a question for you. What is a habit or rhythm you want to adopt in your daily or weekly life that will support the person you want to become? We often talk about how starting is the most difficult part of the process. Preparing the fabric, making the first cut, reading the first chapter, running the first mile, whatever the beginning looks like, it can often feel like we're looking up at a mountain instead of a step in front of us. The more I sew, the more I take notice of how things are created. Seeing a dress I admire and deconstructing it in my mind to see what steps it took to arrive at an end product is like reverse engineering the end goal. Of course, it has taken some time of sewing clothes to figure it out and get good at this, but it's applicable to most areas of life. What is my end goal of becoming, and what are the simple steps I can take right now? So, if I have a goal to become a person of love, how do I do that? It feels like it is something that can't be defined, but more of an everyday, small decision by small decision, which is the step in front of me, not the whole mountain. What rhythms of my daily life lend to this person of love I want to be like? Or maybe more practically, I want to become someone who is disciplined, or I want to learn how to sew. What are the steps that are going to take me to the right path? All of this talk about becoming reminds me of the practice of sewing. Here I've set out to create a few outfits for me and my daughter. I didn't finish all of them in 1 week, but I'm much further than when I started. The fabric is becoming what I intended it to because of each tiny decision, fold, cut, ironing, seam ripping, that it took to get here. Each piece takes time and even course correcting when an idea needed a new direction. The becoming in life isn't a straight shot or exactly how we plan it on paper, much like a sewing project. It's the adjusting as life comes, as sewing machines don't work as we want them to, or taking a break when the power goes out due to a storm, like what happened to me. Even these tiny little adjustments are part of the story. They are part of becoming. And for that, I am grateful it's all woven together. So here's to more daily rhythms that become our lives we are so fortunate to live. Soon I'll be able to finish all these projects, but for now I'm really proud of how far they've come and who
And then we're going to fold it. Dad, I have this one for you.
For a second.
Why?
You want me to move your chair? That would be cool. I hope you can create time to adjust and reevaluate some rhythms of your own life and see how they are aiding and supporting your desire of who you want to become.